to stay focused and solve this murder so I can get on with my plan.
I need to get into that factory.
This is my last chance. I'm not gonna blow it.
I owe it to him to find out what happened.
I'll never get to finish that delicious sandwich.
Holy...
All right, this is Thimbleweed Park. Game came out in 2017, so this is nothing new. Many of you probably already know what this is, especially if you are a fan of the old LucasArts point-and-click adventure games. This game was originally crowdfunded. I believe it started in 2014, and obviously we're here talking about it, so it met its goals. This game was primarily developed by Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick, and those are the guys that made Maniac Mansion back in the day. Ron Gilbert went on to do the Monkey Island games. So this game is 100% a throwback to those old early 90s LucasArts point-and-click adventure games. If you are a fan of Maniac Mansion and Monkey Island, you are definitely going to love this game. If you were into PC gaming in the early 90s, you probably were a fan of these games. Many of us were, because these games were really tailored to the advantages of the PC compared to the consoles. I mean, back then the consoles and the PC had different types of games. The consoles were good at scrolling, tile-based scrolling, hardware scrolling, and meanwhile on PC, you had in the early 90s games like Monkey Island 2, where you had this like beautiful artwork. It was all hand-painted and then scanned, and that really took advantage of the 256 colors on screen at a time that you had with VGA, and also just storage space in general. Monkey Island 2, for example, was on, I believe, 3 floppy disks. By the time you installed it and uncompressed it, it was, I think, around 9 megabytes. Most console games in the early 90s, they would have been, 8 or 16 megabits. 16 megabits is 2 megabytes. So you had a lot more storage on the PC, and when you have all these backgrounds in these games that are not like tile-based, there's no repeating tiles, it's all like bitmapped scans from paintings, that takes up a lot of space, and so you want a big game that looks like that, you need more storage. The game plays a lot like Day of the Tentacle, in that you can switch between characters. In Day of the Tentacle, you had 3 different characters, and you could switch between them. And some characters could get certain items, and then you would give that item to another character who would need to use it. And so that's all here. But in here, you've got, I think, 5 characters you play as, and they're all somewhat related. It tells the story through the different characters and their point of view, but it's all kind of related in this small town. I really like the way the storytelling works. For the most part, I like the voice acting. Some of the characters are kind of annoying, but I think that's on purpose. And yeah, the artwork's really good. When it's good, it's really good. Yeah, I'm about 6 hours in this game, and I am not done yet, so the game is at least 6 hours long. I would say it's longer than most of those old. For example, Full Throttle is a game you can beat in a couple of hours. But yeah, I love the way the game looks. Again, it's emulating the old DOS, like super low resolution, big chunky pixels, right down to the text, which in the options you can change to make the text look like the old, 240p or whatever it was. This game now is available on Windows, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation, Linux, even Nintendo Switch. I think it was Limited Run Games did like a physical release on the Switch, which is pretty cool. I probably would have bought that had I known, but I ended up picking this game up on Steam. It was on sale for like $6, and I guess that's it. Honestly, $6. It's well worth $6 if you're a fan of the old Maniac Mansion and Monkey Island and those types of games. If you're not, I guess I get it. These kind of games aren't for everyone, but if you grew up with them, this is definitely a throwback.
I thought the playable characters couldn't die in adventure games.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. So there you go. See you later.